Yo, what is going on, guys? Tensei here. We are back at it again. What up, Redwan? We see you in the chat with another podcast. Got a few topics we want to talk about, but if you guys want to talk about some things, don't be afraid to say it in the chat. We definitely love interacting with you guys. I know you guys love interacting with us when we do these podcasts, so don't be afraid to interact with us when we're doing these podcasts. But yeah, RJ's right here. If you want to say hi real quick.
What up, everybody? What's up, Red? How have you been?
And hopefully everyone has good audio qualities. Justin, thank you for the host again, my dude. Hopefully you had a good stream, my guy. And
Oh
thank you
yeah,
for tuning in as well.
it's always appreciated, Justin.
Always.
How are you? Nothing much. How about you, RJ? Just hanging in there. I currently had to go and figure out some stuff about my phone service. I've been overpaying like crazy, so I made the switch from Sprint to T-Mobile. I downgraded phones, but I mean it was definitely worth it. Just hanging. Yeah, we're just here, ready to talk about some gaming stuff that interested us from the week.
Oh yeah.
I sorry,
Oh no.
I know I didn't get to upload the last week's episode with the live webcam and everything. That's gonna come up um tonight, and then on Saturday at noon, as always, this episode will come up. And yeah, Justin, yeah, I still have the same number, so that's all still the same. I lost a couple of my contacts though. It only transferred over like 20 contacts since I went from an iPhone to an Android, you know. But
Oh,
yeah.
show him your hair. Yeah, I gotta text
Ooh.
that to you. He's not here in person with me. We're at our own houses right now. That's why we don't have the webcam live.
Yeah.
But let me copy that joints and send it to you. But yeah, guys, we got a few topics we want to talk about, and like we said earlier, if you guys want to jump in and join the conversation, don't be afraid to. Honestly, like every little bit is appreciated, as always. Android lives matter.
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
especially when you talk about Detroit becoming human. Oh
Oh,
no.
oh man.
I sent it.
What
I
was
sent.
that android's name? Oh,
Oh, there was a lot of them. I can't remember. Fuck.
no, the one that people memed heavily is like, I am the android sent by Cyberlife.
Oh, the one like on the menu screen.
Yeah, like one of the main characters.
Oh, Connor?
Yeah, hi, I'm Connor. I'm the android sent by Cyberlife.
Yeah, Connor. Oh
Yeah.
man, Connor. I'm just kidding. Oh my
There was Connor.
goodness.
I know there was Marcus. I can't remember the other name of the other android, but honestly, one of my favorite games so far from the past like 2 years, because that's just when something is so heavily like there's a lot of story elements to go with it. Um, yeah, sorry, I
Yeah,
got a little distracted,
you're
but
good.
yeah, when there's a lot of story elements like that, where there's a lot of what's it called, um heavy subject matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
really like it
Something
that
that's
these
like
people.
super controversial or something that doesn't like doesn't get a lot of light just because like it's very looked down upon to talk about stuff like that. Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
and
about?
yeah, and I like the fact that these developers, like, they're not afraid to go and make these conversations even deeper than what they really are, because I mean, at least with Detroit Become Human, you can see a lot of the social justice stuff coming forward from that,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the issues that we're facing today as a nation. So I really like that kind of stuff. So hopefully we could see some more games come out that tackle bigger issues within the realm of gaming
Oh man,
and
that's gonna be
within
tough.
life.
Some of the current topics I feel like would definitely be a little bit rough to try and transfer into a game without getting super controversial to the point where the game either has to be removed or like it's just like banned elsewhere.
I feel it, but I mean, you don't get anywhere by not pushing boundaries.
True. True.
You you got to push those boundaries. The change, and I don't know, the progressing towards a better future always makes for some uncomfortable like situations. You have to bring about these talks in order to get to the point, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely not trying to hide anything under no blankets or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Every kind of issue or topic definitely needs to be brought to the forefront. And then in games, you know, a lot of games are now coming out where like Becoming Human, something similar to that, where you know, these games kind of touch on those controversial topics, and they say like, hey, you know, we're willing to talk about this, and we want you guys to give an opinion based on it. And a lot of people give a lot of different feedbacks, you know. It's a lot of interesting storylines being played throughout these different like what do you want to say, like telltale games, if you will,
Well,
right?
yeah, but Detroit Become Human wasn't Telltale, right?
It was because, well, telltale is like games that usually have like a storyline, right? But every decision changes the outcome. Isn't that what a telltale game is?
No, well, Telltale Games was the developing company. I don't know if you knew about that, but
Oh, I did not.
they were like the creators behind The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us. They had a Guardians of the Galaxy game. They had there's a bunch of different ones. The Borderlands game. What was it? Tales from the Borderland.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Telltale's game, and I feel like they were the
Oh,
first. They were like one of the first companies to really go out and try to all this to like to tackle that kind of game. Yeah, see, Rid Quantic Dream was the developer
developer
for it.
of Detroit Becoming Human, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
And yeah,
that
but
storytelling
yeah,
game.
and see that's why like I really like that style of game. It opens up room for conversations. It opens up avenues for like I don't know. You can tackle things in different ways and come up with a different story than your friend. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
the way you might play a game might be different than I play a game, and we get two different outcomes.
Right, and I think that those kind of games are always interesting to see, like what type of outcomes. I know a really popular one right now, that a lot of streamers are playing is Until Dawn, which is another one of those games where it's just very like storytelling, but it's, you know, based on your decision making basically throughout the game. And I think it's
Yeah,
very interesting to see, you know, all these different streamers kind of playing a game and seeing all the different outcomes and just kind of getting a full like you know, understanding of, you know, how people's decision makings are made based on, you know, different scenarios that they're thrown in, especially when it's, you know, critical moments and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. What's it called? What was I gonna say? Well, Until Dawn. Um, I mean, for it being a game that's what like 3 4 years old already,
Yeah.
it's still one of those games that I like to see, like played and to see what people choose in the heat of the moment,
Yeah.
you know, because like no matter what you choose at the end of the day, Until Dawn is pretty much like a straightforward storyline. It's just a little bit of variations here and there. You still get the same outcome no matter what.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's cool to see how people think in the heat of the moment, you know?
Oh yeah.
Will you be the type of person that's going to panic, or are you going to keep your cool and try and think things out? Are you going to make a rash decision that's going to cost one of your characters their life, or are you going to keep everybody safe? And it's really cool. Like I like seeing people challenged in that way, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like that's what most storytelling games are, though. Yeah, for sure. Like most storytelling games are gonna be like that, right? But I mean, that's what makes the whole storytelling game like that much more interesting, right? Like The Last of Us, for example, RJ's like favorite game of all time. You know, it has its similarities, but it also has its differences. Where it's, you know, a very unique game, but also I feel like The Last of Us was definitely like a pioneer for this type of game. You know what I mean? Like it was one of the first to really give the player the control of the story. You know.
Well, for The Last of Us, it didn't really have variations in the storyline, you know?
Hmm.
It was always just a set story. But as far as storytelling games goes, like deeper stories within the context of zombies, then you're right. I really like the way they tackled it and they brought it closer to real life than any other zombie game before had. You know,
Hmm.
they added the element of family. They added all this different like topics that tie in a way that you really didn't think that they would. And I don't know, it just upped the stakes that much more to the point where without a doubt I can say it's my favorite game of all time. I think there was around 38 to 40 endings in Detroit. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're right, Rid. There
that's
were
what
so
makes
many.
Detroit so unique compared to a lot of other
Yeah,
storytelling
because
games.
there's a lot of different choices that you can go about, and I think that's why like that's where Telltale was trying to head in that direction,
Right.
but they just I don't know what it was. I'm not gonna go ahead and say it because all the developers they got kind of screwed over in the end. But yeah, no, that's what they were trying to work towards. But Detroit Become Human, Quantic Dream, they did an outstanding job of tackling that style of game. So I don't know. I want to see Quantic Dream tackle a different story, come up with something different than Detroit Become Human, and do the same style of game. You know, I
Right.
want to see these games be put out and for the developers to show that level of interest in making it good.
That would be interesting into seeing like if Quantum or Quantic Dream takes on another subject like that, right?
Yeah,
Because for Detroit Becoming Human, the main story for that was, you know, like the fear of humans being overrun by robots essentially, right? Or AI, and
yeah,
they basically tell a story that has different endings, right? In Detroit Becoming Human, where, you know, the outcome
hmm,
could definitely be different based on the decisions that you make, but it kind of shows people like, you know, treat the scenario in a certain way and this could be the outcome, or treat it in a different way and, you know, this is your type of outcome, you know what I mean? And so I think it'll be
hmm,
really interesting to see if Quantic Dream really does take on another topic like that, because I know it's definitely going to be a difficult thing to tackle for sure, trying to think of all the different scenarios. You know, if we saw them do 38 to 40 in Detroit, you know, who's to say that they're not going to do something more with a different topic in a different game, you know? I think it'll be really
yeah,
interesting to see something like that.
yeah. No, what's it called? Yeah. Definitely, Rid. I heavily agree with that. Heavy Rain was definitely a good game. It was a lot of fun. I remember playing it when it came out back in what was it like 2010? I want to say.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember if I remember correctly, I rented it on Redbox. I played a little bit of it, and I loved it. But it was definitely one of those like action adventure games that got me into that whole genre. It was right before The Last of Us came out, but like I said, it was one of those games that heavily influenced Heavy Rain, Heavy Rain, and Quantic Dream specifically. The developers, they I feel like they heavily influenced the developers over at Naughty Dog to push the boundaries when it came to making the story for The Last of Us, just because the story in Heavy Rain was pretty intense as well, and I really like how they tackled all the subject matter.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I personally have never played um Heavy Rain, but I know I've watched a few gameplays and playthroughs, and it definitely does
Hmm,
touch up on a lot of different touchy subjects that, you know, the same thing as Detroit Becoming Human did, you know, where it's like it's borderline like crossing the line, but it's like enough to be like, all right, you kind of got me into the mood of like thinking about this topic. Now I want to try and like dive into it type stuff, which I think is really
hmm,
interesting. And what when a game can do something like that to you, where it really just pulls you into a subject matter that, you know, is either very enticing or something that pushes you away because it's a very on the line type of topic. I think when a game is able to attack that and be able to portray that fully so that you can get a better understanding of how you feel on the topic, I think that's very interesting to see for just games to be able to achieve, and to see future games kind of reaching into this kind of subject will be really interesting to see as well. and hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
we do see a lot more games where it's very intuitive, and you also can get into it and get into these subjects, and you just get like this whole experience that is outside of like the political views, if you will, right? Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these things that these games we're talking about are something that in the political eye can be swayed one way or the other, depending on whether you watch Fox News or CNN type stuff.
I
But if
guess.
you get to experience that kind of experience without any kind of background on it, right, without anyone kind of trying to sway your persuasion, and you just make all the
Mm-hmm.
decisions based on your own choices, I think it'll be really interesting to see what people outcome. Watch
Oh
in
yeah.
the future, games are going to be like that, and then by the end of the game you're Republican, like.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
Well, um, yeah. Going back to like the whole the influence that Heavy Rain, what I think the influence that Heavy Rain had on like the gaming industry is that it was like that first step towards um I don't know, that kind of storytelling in that it really makes you emotionally invested, because if you've never played Heavy Rain, without giving too much away from like giving too much away, it's like, if I remember correctly, it featured like four different protagonists, and and there was like a mystery of a serial killer, a serial murderer, the origami killer, um who he uses extended periods of rainfall to drown his victims.
Right.
And it's crazy. I remember that was the first game that made me hate quick time events. I'm not even gonna lie. It was it was definitely one of those games that heavily relied on quick time events. I remember that was the meme at the time, that there was just quick time event after quick time event in Heavy Rain.
He
But
got
yeah.
the emote, boys. welcome
Hey.
welcome to the Uwu crew. No, I'm just kidding. What up, Ridwan? Welcome, dude.
Hey.
Thank you for the support. Appreciate you as always, man. Um, but yeah, just kind of continuing on with the whole story of like these kind of story based games that allow you to kind of basically choose your own fate, quote unquote, if you will. I think the future of these games will be really interesting to see, especially since I know we talk about this a lot, but VR is kind of in the up and come up, right? And now you're gonna get full immersion to these kind of games, if you will, and
Mm-hmm.
to potentially see that if these like storytelling games become more of virtual reality games, right? And we have to be just fully immersed into our scenario. I think it'll be really interesting to see how people actually play it out. Um, because it'll be way different than just sitting behind a TV and then playing it on a controller, or sitting behind a computer and just playing it on a keyboard and mouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried VR with a steering wheel and it was weird. Well, I mean, it wasn't built for it, but I guess Ridwan was taking, you in the driver's seat to a whole new level.
Oh, no, but yeah, it's I don't know. The future of VR is definitely filled with a lot of potential, and I feel like they need to they need to work out a lot of the bugs when it comes to like people with motion sickness, because I know that that's definitely one of the issues.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm trying to remember, wasn't there like a sort of like omnidirectional what is it called? What am I thinking of? Um there was this thing where, like, it paired with the Oculus, you could literally move around in the game
You're talking about
and
like
turn
something
around.
that was like a treadmill, essentially.
Yeah, it was like an omnidirectional treadmill.
A VR wall in an autonomous car. Oh, that's actually a thing. There's a car in Europe. I can't remember what it's called, but like it's a fully autonomous car, and then they did something in VR so you can experience like going through like some weird ass like jungle or something. Like no, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's seriously a thing, Ridwan. Like I'm dead ass serious. Like, and they paired it with like a VR chat, or not VR chat. They paired it with like VR, and so like while the car is driving, you're like in this like different world, fully immersed, like not even seeing the real world. It's like really crazy. Think that they
I don't
have.
think I'd be able to do that. Could you imagine something runs out in that fake world into the middle of the road, and now you're just like steering into traffic because you think something actually ran out in front of you?
Right? That'd be so
Jeez.
scary. That'd be terrifying.
I
Think,
think they have that at the VR place at Legends, the omnidirectional treadmill.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like
But you can buy one
that,
for your house, I think. It's just
yeah,
like
if you
really expensive.
got a lot of money,
Yeah.
yeah.
And a nice
Save
computer
up that
too.
tax return.
For real. For 3 years. Like,
Honestly though, I if I had the money, let's just say I had the money, I'd buy it. Just
yeah.
because think about it, if you could integrate that with like let's say Skyrim or Bloodborne or some game that requires you to do a lot of traveling,
Hmm.
imagine how much weight I'd lose just by playing video games.
Honestly, yeah, that'd be
And
such a great way to lose weight. And
there was a thing where like somebody, I think I can't remember this, so don't quote me, but there was a person who played Skyrim using that, the VR, like the I can't remember if it was the Oculus or the Vive or whatever, but he used a VR headset and that like omnidirectional treadmill, and within the first year of playing Skyrim, he lost like over 100 pounds.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's a lot of weight.
Ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
I don't remember the exact amount, but he lost a ridiculous amount of weight.
That's
And
wild.
I'm just thinking is like, man, I need that. I need that in my life.
Right? Oh my god, that'd be so nice to have.
Yeah. Renault EV.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
that's the car and it's fully autonomous. And I'm pretty
So is
sure
the Tesla now, no?
I don't want to say anything about it. Just because
Well,
like they're still
I
it
just
feels like they're still unsure about it.
true, but didn't Elon just say like he released or
He
he
said they
retweeted a
released the some sort of version that was going to be mostly autonomous, but they
partnered by
still want
Ubisoft?
but they still want drivers to still be cognitive even though they say it's autonomous, like fully autonomous.
Well, obviously, we're
Yeah.
not 100% there yet, but
Yeah. I don't think
I
we're
mean
going to
that
get there
person.
for a while.
Yeah, that person. There was like two people. The driver wasn't even touching the steering wheel,
Yeah, I mean
and they were in like in New York traffic. The car was driving by itself, not going over the speed limit, not getting too close to the car in front of it. There was like literally zero input from the driver whatsoever.
oh yeah.
And this happened for like over a minute. They were just recording, and it's ridiculous. It's like it's cool to see where we're going with that. Like technology's come such a long way in my short lifespan
Right.
that it's like
From going to
back in
like
my day,
I know
we
it
gotta
was...
drive our cars.
Back in my day, I didn't have a touchscreen. I had a number pad. Like
Back in my day, we used the thing called VCR. It stood for video cassette recorder.
and I need some water.
Water would be nice.
Oh no.
We're slowly devolving into memes.
Back in my day, I had to turn my key.
Shit.
I know.
God.
Technology has really come a long way, from where we started. Like, if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it, and none of this, what we're doing right now, would never be possible, like back in the day. Like, back
That
in the
is
day,
true.
like, none of this was possible. Can you imagine trying to do this on dial up? Like, that would be doo doo. Straight doo doo. Like,
What do you mean? We wouldn't even be able to get on a call. We wouldn't be able to use the internet while we were on a call.
right? Exactly. That's why
And
we never
choke my
made phone
car player.
calls. Like,
But oh no, the reason why we never made phone calls was, have you ever tried to make a phone call and stay in one place, like just sitting?
yeah, no, it doesn't work.
It's I can't do that anymore. It's weird. It's like I always have to be moving. I don't know what it is with me now, but I'm on a phone call, I'm like walking.
Right?
I gotta be doing something. I'll be like, I'll walk in one spot, I'll stay for like 10 seconds, and then I'll move to another spot. And it's like, what happened to me?
Yeah.
I think it's just so much freedom that we were given from when we were kids with that cord that always would like snap and hit you in the leg when you were like walking too far away from the phone.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that happen to you? Pause the podcast. I'm getting a call. Oh.
Listen here, Ma. I'm just kidding. I'm recording a podcast. Imagine. That'd be so
Oh.
funny. Oh my
If I said
goodness.
that, I would have been smacked upside the head right back into like 10 years ago.
Honestly, yeah, same. I would have been
uh,
smacked back to pre-existence. Like,
Brown moms don't fuck around, dude.
no, they don't.
I
It's
think like I think I heard my mom calling me right now. I'm not even lying. I'm kind of scared.
she walks in and just beats the crap out of
Honestly, she would. Like that's why I don't want to get a webcam, to be honest.
you.
And I feel like one day she's just gonna walk in and like I'm 24 and she's gonna walk in with a fucking frying pan and just hit me over the head like you didn't do the dishes and just walk away.
Live, live, live. You're just gonna hear it. It's
Yeah.
gonna sound like the freaking pan from like PUBG. Like, oh god.
Like the one time you were doing an impression of her and she calls you 5 minutes after. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that was
Oh
so
my
funny. Oh
god.
my god. Pan from
And then
TF2? Yeah, for real. Thunk.
no, like okay, so Rid, there's a little bit of a backstory to what Justin just said. So we were in the car, and I was like, "Oh crap! I just missed like 10 calls from my mom. Watch, she's gonna like call me a bunch of different names. She's gonna be yelling. You guys are gonna be able to hear it without me putting it on speakerphone." I open my phone, and it's straight up like as if I had it on speakerphone. My mom yelling at me to answer the damn phone when she calls, and I was like, "Oh my god, that couldn't have been more perfect."
Right? That was so funny. Yeah.
Oh, you know what game I've always been hyped for, but have like zero hope of it ever coming to fruition?
Are you talking about PT?
Well, I mean that, but we've already talked about that.
Oh yeah.
Half-Life 3.
Oh, that would be interesting. Can you imagine the new and improved prop hunt? No.
Jesus, that'd be crazy.
That'd be amazing.
But yeah, no. It's it's definitely been forever, but that would be one hell of a game that I don't know. I would love to play to just stream. Be
Right.
incredible.
4K
4K
prop
prop
hunt.
hunt.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would be so great, honestly. I would love that. Oh,
That's cool. What?
speaking about bringing games into fruition, the
Oh
topic that
yeah.
I brought up, or that I want to talk about on the podcast, is I don't know if you guys have heard, but Splinter Cell is not dead as Ubisoft boss discusses series future. Now, this is the article that I brought up. Midnight Club. Honestly, Midnight Club would be a great game to see come back into fruition. I would love to
Yeah.
see that. But Splinter
Midnight
Cell,
Club Dub Edition.
right? All of them. But
Oh, you're talking about that. Sorry,
No,
the
you're
PC
good.
Gamer article.
Yeah. So there's an article that talks about Splinter Cell is not dead as Ubisoft boss discusses series future. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I played that shit way back in the day, and it was an amazing game back then. To see it possibly coming back into the future, and I say possibly with like a very loose term because it sounds like they're pretty set that they're going to do this from the article that I'm reading. But if they do bring back Splinter Cell, and if it's on PC, I can almost guarantee you can watch it right here because I love that series. I love the whole aspect of just sneaking around, snooping around, and just silent killing people, with a silence pistol and everything. And I think it was like the coolest thing, right? Like it was amazing. And to hear that it's probably coming back, like I honestly have like a loss for words. I really want this game to come out. And if it does,
That's
like I
true.
said, expect it to be here.
Well, I mean, according to what was it? The developer that is one of what's their face? Jesus, I'm like drawing a blank here. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's like Guillermo.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm not gonna
He's
try and pronounce that name.
yeah. I tried, and I'm pretty sure I just horribly butchered his name, so I'm sorry. But he was talking about how the reason why they didn't go forward with it was because the last game that they had put out, Splinter Cell Blacklist,
Hmm.
came out where the fan base was very vocal about like not changing certain things or not doing certain things that would make Ubisoft's team anxious about making a follow up to the series.
Right.
And I'm going kind of word for word for the PC Gamer article, so
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to plagiarize here. I'm giving them all the credit. But PC Gamer article, look it up if you guys want to like
Actually, I
follow
can just
along
show
with
it on
us.
stream. I'll just show it on
That
stream.
is true.
So this is the
Um,
article that we're, hey everybody, me, the solo podcast. No,
oh, what's up?
let me remove the webcam so it's not like super awkward.
And you got that Pac-Man
Alright,
thing going on in the back. Oh,
yeah.
okay, bye.
Later, guys. But anyways, this is the article that we're talking about, and again, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, the links will be in the description below, so be sure to check that out if you guys are interested in reading some of these articles. But this is the article that we are currently talking about right now, and yeah, see, it's Guillemot. I don't know.
I tried to say the name.
We tried, but I
hope
think
that
we're
I
not
didn't
doing it justice. But I'm not sure. But anyways,
Justin and Splinter Cell. I tried to speed run it, going guns blazing, one shot per enemy. Ooh, how did that go?
that must have been fun. You should stream it. That'd be so awesome to stream Splinter Cell like speed runs.
Jeez, that'd be insane.
Splinter
You know
Cell.
what? uh, speaking of like live streaming games, I just finally picked up my copy of Resident Evil 2. I'm so happy.
Yay! We're gonna see more
I'm
streams from RJ.
I'm just sad that my headset hasn't came in yet. Like I'm waiting for it. It says it's in Sparks. It's somewhere in the town. It's not here yet.
It's not in my hands.
I need it. I want to stream. Damn it.
But
I
anyways,
want to try out that headset. Anyways,
oh
sorry.
yeah, for sure. No, you're good. You're good. But anyways, guys, again, if you guys are interested in reading this article specifically, go ahead and hit the links down below in the description. But yeah, like in all honesty, like I hope that this game does come out, and if it does come out, like I don't know, it's gonna be really interesting to see like modern day Splinter Cell compared to what we saw before.
Honestly, though, I swear I have that problem all the time with United States Postal Service. It always sends to Dallas instead of Houston. Oh man, that's not good.
That's oh my god, that's such a difference. What the? Well, let's
Oh
just
my
say my
god.
friend and I know the places of every enemy and let loose our inner SWAT team. Honestly, I bet Justin's
That
just like
sounds
walking around going, FBI, open up!
I was not expecting that.
Breaching! Breaching! That's how I feel when I play Rainbow Six Siege. Oh god. That's why I love
Anyways.
having my mic attached to my desk. Because it probably sounds so stupid.
See, I could probably do that, but it wouldn't have the same effect because of the whole the shock mount that I have.
Yeah. Mine's literally just a piece of rod. Like metal rod.
A piece of rod.
A piece of rod attached to a table.
Oh my god,
That blitz from last match. Yeah, for real, dude. That blitz was going ham. My goodness.
In other gaming news, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about, or
No, I'm just excited that if Tom Clancy's or if they're bringing back Splinter Cell, I want to play it. Like that game will be really amazing, I bet, especially with the modern day graphics and just trying to speculate what Splinter Cell would look like in today's day and age of gaming would definitely be something amazing, I'm sure.
That is true. Whoa. Okay, so I'm just scrolling through some Last of Us news because, I mean, obviously. But The Last of Us Part 2 will apparently feature rapper Logic in a character role?
Hey, Logic, let's go.
No way.
My
I want to
boy.
read more about this. It's a Dual Shockers article. And it's talking about, like, whoa, it looks like Logic is going to be involved in Naughty Dog Last of Us Part 2. Here's a sentence that I didn't expect to write when I woke up this morning. Jesus. Logic is going to be involved with The Last of Us Part 2 in some way, shape, or form. Now, I don't know. Maybe have him like a last minute character that pops up. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be sick. Imagine it's
have him-
just straight up Logic. Like, he just appears in the game.
He was
Logic,
surviving somewhere.
for real, Logic was surviving, dude. I mean, if he survived his past, we all know about that. Like, he can
Yeah,
survive anything, bro.
honestly though. But Naughty Dog being one of his favorite gaming studios, it doesn't really surprise me
Yeah.
because he always talks about how he he played through Uncharted 4 Thief's End in like a really short amount of time, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Logic, he wrote a book about a murder that happened at aisle 9 of his old job at a grocery store. Oh yeah, I really want to read that book, Supermarket.
Yeah.
By the way, again, not sponsored in any way, but Logic, if you're hearing this, if you're watching this, thanks for being such an inspiration. I don't
Honestly.
know how you found us, but I mean, hey, welcome. But that's honestly really cool. I want to see what he has, like, what's in store for The Last of Us and Logic.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, like, what do you think is going to be his role? Do you think it's an actual character, or do you think, wait, no way, it actually, no way.
Mm.
Okay, so Neil Druckmann tweeted out a picture. What was it, today? Literally today at 12:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, with, I believe, himself and Logic in the whole, like, the motion capture suits.
Oh, oh, I think I saw that
So,
picture actually. That's
oh
awesome.
my god,
So it actually might
that
actually legitimately be Logic in the game. Logic is making moves. Like, he's not just
yeah.
rapping anymore. He's making books. He's starring in video games. Like, this dude's striding for more than just being a rapper. Holy.
Oh my god, I really, 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 really can't wait for this. You have no idea how hyped I am about this. This is crazy, and I don't know. Like, I'm really excited to see where it's gonna go.
Yeah. And in all honesty,
Oh
guys,
Jesus!
going back to the whole like Logic inspiration thing, like, if you guys don't know, this podcast basically started because of Logic. Like, I kid
Yeah.
you not, we were sitting in my car right outside of RJ's apartment, and we were saying, "Bro, have you heard Logic's new album, his new songs?" And we were listening to it, we were just vibing to it, and all his songs were talking about chasing your dreams, chasing things that you want to do. You know, you're
Strong.
never, and you have nothing to lose, but if you have everything to lose if you never try. And like that, those like songs that hit us hard is the reasons why we're doing this stuff today, why we do the podcast, why I stream, why RJ streams, why we're chasing our dreams, you know, like. And we want to we want to spread the same message to every single person that either follows this podcast or follows our streams or follows us on YouTube, anywhere. We want to like motivate people to just do what you want to do, be the best you can be, you know. Like, sorry to get all like motivational speaker on you guys like out of nowhere, but in all honesty, guys, like, we wouldn't be here today, we wouldn't be doing this today if it wasn't for Logic. That's why we have to say thank you so much, Logic, for doing what you do and for like just spreading such a positive message to so many people. Like, you have no idea, dude, like how
Yeah.
much of an impact you are on our lives personally, and how much of an impact he's done on the entire world globally, you know. Like, I know he kind of has a sense of what he's done, because obviously this man's is not stopping at just the rap game. He obviously just sold out
He's
a
got so
book,
much different
he's in a
things.
video game. Like, god damn, dude, this guy, the sky is the limit. Actually, the universe is the limit for this guy. I
You
swear
know
to
that
god.
that actually reminds me. I was listening to the H3H3 podcast a couple weeks ago when he was a guest star on it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about, like, hey, I want to make a game. I really do.
Oh, he
So
was
he was talking
hinting at
about.
it.
I don't think he was hinting at that per se.
Oh, come
Maybe,
on. Like, there's no
no,
way. There's no
but I
way he's
mean,
just gonna say that on a podcast and then like
no, no,
a
no,
few weeks later
no. Hear
show
me out.
up in a
Hear me
video
out.
game.
I've, yeah, no, legit. That probably was one of the things that he was hinting at. But hear me out, because you know how good of a storyteller he is with his music, with obviously his book, his number one New York Times bestseller
Right.
already. well on its way to like hit, what is it, like 100,000 copies already,
Yeah.
and it just dropped like last week or something,
Yeah.
or 2 weeks ago, something like that. But all that being said, how far is it? How far are we from the reality that he can actually write and direct a game? Because I mean, I know that, like he said, he likes Naughty Dog's work, and they're a very storytelling based developing team. How far is it from the reality that he might approach them and be like, "Hey, I'll feature on a game of yours if you guys help me out with something that I've been thinking about,"
Well,
and
that'd be
actually
pretty
come up
cool.
with a game?
That'd be
Because
pretty cool.
yeah, because he was talking about on the podcast, he was like, I want to make a game, but I don't want to make a serious like multi-million-dollar level like develop game, like a 4K game. He wants to do it in an old school style, like Super Mario Bros, but on acid, is what he said, if I remember correctly.
That's a title to have
Which
for a game that you want to develop.
Super Mario Bros on acid.
Yeah.
But legit, like he was talking about this stuff, and it's like, man, that would be really cool. And like me, Tensei, I really love storytelling. I really love getting to just come up with stories. I used to be the first person to tell like scary stories around a campfire or a bonfire, or to come up with a story for English, an English paper and stuff like that. I
Right.
really loved writing. One of my dreams, honestly, like, and I know I keep saying I have like all these other dreams and stuff, but one of the things that I've always wanted to do was like make a story that became a game,
That'd be
so
dope.
people can actually go through the motions of the game that I think, or the story that I'm thinking in my head, because that would be really cool just to have something like that, an experience, and for people to just go out and experience it for themselves in
Hmm.
their own way would be really cool.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure. You'd basically be like leaving like a legacy behind, when you
yeah,
create something like that, because it'll be on this earth forever.
yeah. So
On digital
shout out to
download. No, I'm just kidding.
and only available on the Epic Store, or the Epic Game Store.
Imagine
No,
selling out today.
I'm doing it, boys. I'm selling out.
Selling
I'm
out.
moving to LA now. No, but
Use creator code
so,
Tensei. No, I'm just kidding. No, but anyways, getting
uh,
serious, back at it again. Like that's really
but
cool that, like, Logic is kind of, he's
branching
really,
out.
yeah, I mean, we've seen him kind of grow as a rapper, and I know me and you have followed him for so many years. I know it's kind of weird that we're straying from like video games right now, but I mean it kind of ties in because he's going to be a part of one right now. But it's kind of crazy to see his like come up story of like where Logic was like a long time ago, and then to see where Logic is today, where he's not just rapping, where rapping was kind of his sole purpose before, right? Or not maybe his sole purpose. His sole purpose was maybe to like, spread that positivity, that peace, love, and positivity that he always talks about. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but to see him doing it in so many different ways of aspects that, like, it's not just rap, which rap was his like main outlet to be able to allow people to kind of understand where he's coming from, and to also send a good message out to people. But to see him like, writing a book and and also being part of, The Last of Us 2, that's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. I can only imagine that he's going to be some sort of motivational speaker when he comes to that game, you know like, as soon as you run into Logic, dude, here comes all this wisdom at you at one time, like that's
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Rid. Yeah. From what I can gather, Borderlands is going to be Borderlands 3. Just so you know, is
Mhm.
going to be an Epic Games exclusive until at least early 2020.
That's interesting. Epic Games is picking up all these titles from Steam. Rest in peace, Steam,
And
dude. Steam's over.
no, I don't think so. Like I said, like I feel like this is just gonna create competition for Steam. Like they're gonna get kicked into high gear. Hopefully,
Right.
that is hopefully they get kicked into high gear and they realize it's like, hey, I gotta do this. I gotta do better.
Yeah. Listen here,
Um,
Lord Gaben. I'm just kidding.
wait, what?
I'm pretty sure that's like the guy like that directs Steam or something like that. And Lord Gaben. I don't know. I heard it a lot when I was playing Counter Strike. Like,
Oh,
please, Lord Gaben. Like, Give us your Steam sales, like something, my Lord Gaben. But it's
Oh,
kind of interesting to see like Epic Games kind of picking up all these different titles. You know, these AAA titles that it feels like Steam has kind of let down on, if you will, right? Like
yeah,
Borderlands was a very big title, a very big game to be a part of Steam, and now to see Epic Games picking up on that, right, is a very big move. The Division 2, another game that we talked about for a long time, the one that I kind of got disappointed on, but I think a lot of people are giving a lot of good feedback on as of late. I've been watching a few streams, I've been watching a few YouTube videos on the game because I was just kind of curious about it, and just kind of curious, like, oh, did I regret refunding the game and not having the game? But
yeah,
from what I'm seeing, and even Justin can back me up on this, the Division 2 is actually really good right now in its current state, and it's only going up from here. So I mean, is that to say that maybe Epic Games? I know Epic Games has a very bad backlash right now too, right? With Fortnite, it's like on and off with the content creators and with the top end gamers, right? For Fortnite, where Fortnite is kind of letting down the top end of the gaming spectrum to protect like the low end gamers, right? People like me, who aren't as good at the game. They kind of want to protect this kind of cult of people that are like still trying to get there. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And so like I think it's very interesting to see that although Epic has like kind of like an iffy standpoint with Fortnite right now, with the Division 2 and hopefully with the pickup of Borderlands 3, I think Epic is really making a statement here and saying that we are going to be the developers that really want to, or not developers, but we're the I guess you could say outsourcers or something like that, that are
Mm-hmm.
really, we are entitled to what we do and what kind of products we bring onto this platform, and we really enjoy what we do. And so we really want to further the development of gaming and push the boundaries of what each developer can do with their games, you know what I mean? Because it seems
Yeah,
like Epic is really pushing all these games in the right direction. And in all honesty, going back onto the Fortnite topic, I've been playing it a lot on stream lately. I've been really enjoying my time with it actually lately, which is surprising because I thought when I got back into the game, I wouldn't enjoy it because it's like a major sweat fest and everything like that. And yes, it
mm-hmm.
is in a sense. It is when you get into that top 10 scenario. But in all honesty, it's a fun game. And in all honesty, I do not see what the pro gamers are saying about it, because in reality, right, a lot of pro gamers are complaining about the whole health on kill thing. That was a big topic before, but now they kind of added a few more other things that a lot of pro gamers are not happy about. But it sounds like they're mainly just taking that out of the normal game mode and not the competitive game mode. So in my eyes, I do not understand why a competitive player is going to be mad at a normal mode removal. You know what I mean? When
Mm-hmm.
your sole purpose is to compete at the highest level, like why would you? I mean, I get like you want to relax in a normal game mode every once in a while, but it's like, who really, at that point, who really cares? You know what I mean? Because everyone just wants to watch you perform at the top level. Um,
Yeah,
but again, I still don't see what the pro gamers are really saying about that game. I mean, I've been having a blast with it. I mean, I can speak for myself at this point because I feel like I've played a decent amount of time on that game now, to where I could put an input and it might matter. But in all honesty, yeah, I think Epic Games is really just kind of overall just kind of taking the handle on these kind of outsourcers again, kind of maybe a misuse of the word, but taking all these AAA games and just putting it on their platform and saying, yes, these are the games that we want to take under our belt, and we want to develop these or help develop these games, because Epic Games really, they truly do care about their game. It's just sometimes they have a hard time trying to make a decision on certain things when the community has so many mixed views on it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, my response to the whole like Fortnite Epic Games thing is you're never gonna please everybody,
Right.
and if you keep trying to please everybody, you're not going to put out a good product, because now you're just trying to cater to those people one at a time, basically. So you're kind of screwing over this other group.
Right.
So My advice to them, which I know is unwarranted, unsolicited, and yeah, I guess my unsolicited advice for them would be don't worry about like pushing the boundaries for different things. Just try and make the best game moving forward,
Right.
for everybody, not just a select few. Don't just cater to the new people, but don't also just cater to the pro gamers that are complaining about different things.
Right.
Just keep pushing the boundaries of your game, keep making it more interesting and more fun. And, if people like it, great. If people don't like it, well, it's still very massively successful and you're still making a lot of money. So why do you care?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's why a
Uh,
lot of pro gamers are saying too is like, a lot of pro gamers are sitting there saying, why would they care because they've already made their billions. I mean, it's like, obviously you're a pro gamer, but don't think that your opinion is the only one that matters. You
yeah.
know, pro gamers are probably only like the top 3%, or only 3% of the vast majority of who's playing that game. You know what I mean? There's still a good portion of those gamers that are also just content creators like myself, like Dakotas, and like other people who don't play the game to be a professional gamer to compete in every tournament, but they play the game because it's fun to play and it's entertaining for people to watch. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a game that like I'm a pro gamer-y. Like, it's not just a game that's supposed to be catered for the professionals, right? I mean, if you're
Yeah.
going to look for a game like that, then go to Rainbow Six Siege. Like, that's a game that is
That's
solely
true.
catered mostly for the competitive scene. It is not catered for casual players. If you want to get,
CSGO.
yeah, CS:GO is another one. Like, it's not catered. I mean, you could do kind of like, you can kind of mess around in CS:GO. There's more leeway because you do have the different modes, the competitive and the casual, and those are
Yeah.
definitely separated. You can definitively tell, you're playing casual or you're playing ranked in that game, right?
Mhm.
But in like a game like Rainbow Six Siege, where strategy is everything, that game is literally built to be a competitive game. It's not built for a casual player. You cannot play that game to be casual because there's always going to be someone that's good. There's always going to be someone that's better. And there's always going to be someone that is sweating in your lobby. It does not matter what lobby you get into. You can be playing normals, you can be playing their limited time modes. Someone's going to be sweating their butt off, and you're going to have to play against that. You know what I mean? Fortnite is in the same boat as that right now. It is in almost the same boat. But it's like, right now, like, Ubisoft has already determined, like, this game is meant to be built to be sweaty. Like, this game is built for that. But Epic Games building Fortnite, they're like, we want to have a fun game, like, this is cool, but we also want to host these fun tournaments for players that are at the top end of the game to enjoy, right? But it's hard to cater for both, and I understand that Epic Games is having a hard time choosing which side of the spectrum they want to be on, because let's be real, Fortnite's not a very aggressive looking game, right? It's not a very like intensive game where it's like you look at Fortnite and you're like, oh, all I think about is this is a competitive game. You know what I mean? Like, you look at that game and you're like, this game looks really fun because it has like
It's
very
silly.
silly things going on in it. You know what I mean? Like, they have freaking things that you throw on the ground and it just launches you into the air. They have freaking hamster balls that fly around. Like, you think like someone's gonna think this is just solely a competitive game? No. Like, that's why I understand where Epic is coming from with the whole like, we're split basically between two communities and we don't know which one to cater to because everyone's complaining about something on the spectrum. And it's like, dude, like, I think Epic Games needs to step back from their own game to realize what they need to do with their game, because if they want to either make it a serious competitive game or make it a serious casual game, they have to like somewhat decide upon that, or somehow be able to separate that like CS:GO does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again,
I think of Fortnite as a daycare.
listen, I attend that daycare, all right? Met a
He's a
lot of.
good noodle.
I'm a
Okay.
good noodle. I got all my stars, okay?
All right,
Mo-
I'm gonna take a quick break to get some water and to use the restroom. But you could continue speaking your thoughts on Epic
Fortnite.
Games and Fortnite and stuff
Yeah.
if you want.
Here I go again. Podcast number 2, ranting about Fortnite. No, it's just like, I see the in between, you know what I mean? Like, that's why it kind of disheartens me as to why like pro players are making their statements, and pro players have a very big statement compared to the vast majority, which is kind of unfortunate, right? You would think that the vast majority has a bigger say because in terms of numbers, right? The vast majority would be the popular vote, right? But if you think about it, you hear like people like Tifu, Ninja, Dr. Lupo, people like even what's his name, Dr. Disrespect, who doesn't even play the game, but he gives input. People like that have a lot of influence. People like Shrouds, like people with the really big following, have like these big impacts compared to the vast majority of the people that play their game. So I think it's very interesting to see like how split the community is right now, and to see like the different sides of everything, because like one side is like very serious and one side is very casual, and it's kind of hard to say what direction Fortnite could go because we've seen both sides essentially. And so you basically are flipping a coin in the air and just saying like this is what the direction of the game is going to be. Justin, I'm always sweating. Lol, I play Dota. Listen, mobile players are always sweating. That's why I like games like that though. Like Fortnite is pretty chill at the beginning. Like I feel like if you get a good weapon at the beginning, like you're good, you're chilling. And as soon as you get to mid and late game, like you're sweating like the entire time. Minute you get into interactions with other people, you're sweating. But yeah, guys. That's kind of my rant on Fortnite and just kind of like everything going into it. Like, don't get me wrong though, like I have a lot of fun playing it. I never thought I'd be saying that ever again, because back when I was leaving the game, like I couldn't stand the game. I wasn't having fun. There was too much going on and I just couldn't handle it. Especially with the planes. The planes were destroying that game, I swear to God. But
all right, I'm back.
welcome back.
So where are we at?
I was just talking about like the history of Fortnite type stuff, like what brought me away from the game and what brought me back into the game essentially. What brought me back was literally them adding the arena mode, because now you essentially have the ranked mode and you have the casual mode. So they're basically kind of like putting that in between and just splitting it apart, which is great. I need some good. No worries, Justin. Thank you for coming by and thank you for lurking as always, dude. Thank you for the host as well. Appreciate you as always.
Much appreciation there. I guess for me, really, it was the fact that when I started out playing Fortnite, there was already this like collective of people that were like super good at the game, and then for me, it was definitely a bigger learning curve to try and use like obstacles and create and to learn how to build while fighting.
Right.
That was the biggest deterrent for me trying to get more into Fortnite. Like me, I've always been a basic bitch when it comes to shooter games with Black Ops, Call of Duty, I mean, and Battlefield and shit like that, run and gun style games when there's not too much strategy involved, but just enough to like satiate my needs.
Right. And
But yeah,
and in all honesty, like it was for a while a big learning curve, because I remember back when it was like season 3, season 4, season 5, and people just continuously kept getting better and better and better and started adapting to building and build fighting and countering and all these different things, all these different strategies. The only place you could have practiced it in before was in game. You couldn't really practice any of these moves. You couldn't really practice any of these situations outside of being in game, right? So every time you'd run into a good player, it's really hard to gauge how good this player is until you really get into that build fight, and next thing you know, you're getting taken down, because this person just basically outplayed you.
yeah.
But now you have creative mode and playground mode where you can practice and practice and practice and get better and better and better at your mechanics. That I think it's really good that Fortnite really did something like this, because for a long time every kind of shooter game had some sort of like practicing, like firing range, for example, quote unquote. Where in like CSGO, for example, something that I used to practice when I was playing that game super serious was aim maps. I'd challenge friends to 1v1s on aim maps. And there was also aim maps that just kind of spawned in dummies and they would just move around and you just practice your aim, flick into heads, doing all this stuff. So I mean, those are really cool things. Rainbow Six Siege has something similar to this, where they have terrorist hunt, right? It's another good practicing tool to dial in your aim, dial in your sensitivity, stuff like that. Whereas when you had Fortnite in the early stages, you didn't have anything to practice. You just had to be in game and you just had to get good. That was it. But for them to add like a tool like that, it was really, really amazing for them to do that, so that players that want to get serious into it or want to get better at it can practice. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's always a really good thing. And I remember, these kind of like training tools really help a lot of players like develop their skills and everything like that. One of my personal favorite players going to Rocket League, Squishy Muffins, one of Rocket League's like most iconic players, didn't even play online for the first like 3 months that he had the game. That's a funny story that I don't think a lot of people know about him. All he did was he played Rocket League and he played in the practice mode, the free play mode, basically. There's the pitch, the ball, and just you. And all you do is you just get to play around with the ball, basically, right? Like in real life, if you just walk into a field with a soccer ball, you just get to kick it around and do whatever, right? And so what he'd do is he would do all these different drills, trainings, like he would hit the ball in a different way and just get an understanding of the physics of the game. Once he got a good understanding of the physics, he started playing around with different mechanics. And so when he did enter the scene as an actual competitive player, he was pulling mechanics that a lot of people didn't even realize, because Squishy Muffins had more time played in practice mode than he did in the actual game. And so he got to play around with different ideas. He just thinks about, what if I did this to the ball, or what if I did that to the ball? How can I control the ball this way? And so when he came into the scene, he was playing 1v1 tournaments, and people were saying like, this insane mechanical player out of nowhere, like out of left field, is an amazing player. And that's literally the startup of Squishy Muffins. And it's like, it's an amazing story to listen to, because it's like, dude, this guy didn't even have internet to play online for months, and to see him just come into the scene and just basically take over is insane. So I mean,
Yeah.
practice makes perfect, and it doesn't matter if you have internet or not, or it doesn't matter if you have, as long as you have a ball in a pitch, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Everyone can
Mm-hmm.
get good at a video game. I really do believe that everyone's just gotta take the time to like practice and learn and adapt.
Yeah. I don't know. Um, it was just like, now with the additions of different things, it does look like something that I'll probably like jump on every now and then to just play for fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll ever take like Fortnite seriously enough to try and get better at it to like compete, you know?
Oh yeah.
I think it's just one of those games for me at the very least to just unwind, have fun, and just, I don't know, let loose.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um Apex, on the other hand, I think that's geared more towards me just because I like the style of it a lot more, and the fact that if you're on a squad and you get gunned down, there's still a chance for you to come back in. I think
They
actually
added that to
Fortnite is
Fortnite.
implement something too, huh?
Yeah, they just added it back right now. So
Which,
I think it was like the last patch they added it's called the van. I don't know. I call it the van. Like it's literally just a
oh yeah.
van that's located in every single like named location. And basically
Mm-hmm.
what happens is your teammate drops like a little card. You go and
Mm-hmm.
it's literally like I want to say it's literally like Apex Legends, but let's be real,
Yeah.
like they don't want to hear that because otherwise
Well, I
copyright.
mean,
But
ah,
it's literally like Apex Legends, where you basically walk up to your dead teammate's body, you pick up like a card that they have, and then you go to the spot to respawn. And it takes like, actually in Fortnite it feels like it's longer, but in Apex, I don't know. Apex is just a fast-paced game, so everything feels fast. But in Fortnite, you just walk up to this van, you basically call to your teammate, and then your teammate spawns on top of the van, and then you're good to go.
Apex I play is Apex Motorsports.
True, true. Ridwan's a big
Nice,
time racing
nice.
fan. Which tonight, me and him are getting Forza Horizon 4, so expect that on stream tomorrow,
Ooh,
everybody.
Forza.
Oh yeah.
What? That's cool.
But I
See,
still can't
that's
afford Uno. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. Dad,
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into the stream. No.
that's it. Is that okay? How long have I been saying, hey, let's stream Uno? It'd be fun. Let's all get Uno. Let's play some Uno. It sounds like fun. It's only $10, and yet you're over here buying Forza Horizon 4.
All right, guys.
All
Again,
right,
thank you guys for
I
tuning in.
see,
I love every single one of you guys.
I see,
Just kidding.
I see how it is. Uh, all right, I guess I'm peacing out, you
Oh,
guys. Later.
oh God, that's funny.
No, but yeah, no. Those kind of games. I mean, Forza, in general, actually, or what am I trying to say? More specifically, Forza is probably one of the biggest reasons why I want to get an Xbox. Just because
Or a
right now I don't have
PC.
a. Yeah, well, that I'm definitely gonna get.
Yeah.
GG podcast bye. No, but definitely no. I really want to. I've always wanted to play Forza. I like Forza. I've played it maybe 2 times in the past like 4 years, and every single time I've always had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Back when I was working at the movie theater, there was a couple of my friends that they were all on Xbox, so they used to give me a lot of shit for not having an Xbox, so that I couldn't play with them and stuff. But
The good old console wars.
yeah, but going back to it, it's like I don't know if making that $450 like investment just to play maybe 3 games total that are exclusively on Xbox that I really want to play are worth it, you know?
That's why making the $1,500 investment is worth it in the long run.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Well,
just
there's a
saying.
lot more that I can do with that though, to
Yeah.
be honest. But that being said, I am gonna be starting to slowly build my streaming PC here soon.
Woo!
I just need to take care of some other things first. I just got into an accident last week and I gotta fix the car. So that's definitely one of the bigger investments that I need to start working on. Um and with that also I need to fix a couple of things in my just overall setup
Mhm.
before I can do that.
Mhm.
But as soon as I start, I think the first purchase I'm gonna make is going to be the case and the power supply.
Those are always like the good starters, especially when you're gonna
Yeah, and
build
then
like. Once you start, I'm telling you this like from experience. Once you start getting like a few parts in, you just want to finish everything. So you'll just every single paycheck goes towards it. I'm telling you this now. It's gonna happen.
hmm
But with you,
yeah,
I would
no,
recommend you just build the best PC instead of doing what I did, which was build the cheapest PC and then build from there.
just do it one piece at a time. I agree with Kev. Yeah.
Yeah, once you buy
See,
like
that's
something about it, like you want to finish it, so it's like it's there.
no, yeah. No, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Like I know that the first investment towards the streaming PC once I start doing that, once I fix the car and everything, the case and the power supply is gonna be there just kind of like staring me in the face is like buy me more pieces. And then I think right after that is going to be the motherboard and maybe some RAM and
I would say just
and
save the
then
most expensive parts for last,
so then what should I get then
because
after
that'll
the
literally be your CPU and your graphics card. Everything else
well
you
yeah.
can buy early, because like it literally is like $30, $70. It's like not that bad compared to once you get to the processor, you're like $300, $500. Like it gets expensive fast, but
Oh yeah,
it's
no, I
worth it.
know. And especially with the pieces that I want to get, because I know that even though I'm not going to need it for a streaming PC, I do want to at least get an i7 and Intel, just because I want to be also able to like edit on that PC as well.
Oh yeah,
And
with the build that I was telling you and the one that you're going for, like you should definitely be fine with doing every single thing about it with that one
graphic
PC.
cards. Yes. No,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. The graphics card that I want to get is if I don't get the 1660 Ti, maybe I'll just save for like I don't know, maybe the 2060. Why not?
2060 is not bad. 2070 wouldn't be bad. I would say 2070 is like a happy middle ground, especially for what you want to do with it, like streaming and
Mhm.
like editing.
Yeah.
Mostly for the streaming side, because the streaming side is going to be using more of that graphics than you'll probably expect. But it's
All I know is that for sure I do want to get at least, if not, what is it, like 24 gigs of RAM. I want to go for 32.
yeah, yeah. 2080 is definitely if you want to go for 4K. I would only be playing on PC if I had a 2080 in my rig. I
And
mean, I
see, that's
still
the
only
thing.
play on my PC, but
Yeah, I
you
was
know what
gonna
I
say.
mean. Like
What do you?
In RJ's sense, I would only be playing if I had the 2080 in my hands. You know what I mean? That's what I'm speaking from his point of view, not mine.
Yeah, see, because what I'm trying to get going is to try and oh, the 1660 Ti, the one that
I have.
that Tensei has
So
have.
it's like an in between. It's weird. They built like a new. It's like recently released too from Nvidia. The
Mm-hmm.
graphics card is basically like an in between the 10 series and the 20 series, and essentially it's supposed to have like the equivalence of a 2060 Ti or not Ti. The 1660 has the equivalence of like a 2060 without the RTX. So basically, it's an RTX without the RTX.
Yeah.
That's basically what that
Um.
graphics card is. It's just supposed to be like that middle ground. So you're not overpricing it because it's like, well, we want to make a graphics card that's as good as the RTX series, but we don't want to sell you the RTX if you don't want to buy it. So that's where the 1660 Ti comes from. Doesn't have any RTX features on it at all, but it basically runs at the same specs as the 2060, 2070. Actually, from what I heard, 2070, but I'll have to do my
Yeah.
research again.
Yeah, and see, that's why I was thinking the 1660 might be a better investment, so that way it can uh what?
Oh,
Imagine
that's like
lagging.
a meme in the Discord. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we were
I was
talking
like,
about
what?
the so what SLI means is like a I don't know the exact name for the abbreviation, but basically what it means is when you have two graphics cards of equivalency, you can bridge them together so that you can have double the power coming from the same graphics essentially. Are you basically
Mm-hmm.
pairing two graphics cards to do one thing essentially?
Oh,
Scalable link
scalable link
interface.
interface.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
basically, what that does is it basically merges two graphics cards, and it like basically takes off like all the load from one and just distributes it between the two. So you have more power there.
Okay, that's
And then
crazy.
the meme in Discord was my Subaru WRX SLI. so so
Jesus.
that's the meme.
Okay, okay. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, no,
not a lot of
for
games support SLI. It's unfortunate. I was gonna do it also for the streaming setup, but I came to the realization that you're just better off building a separate PC than building an SLI build. So yeah, SLI is not very well supported, but it's an option for some people.
mm-hmm. No, see, but for what I needed in reality, I don't really need the fanciest graphics card because all I'm gonna be doing is going to be just streaming from my PlayStation through the PC so that I can use that Elgato.
Yeah, I
And
mean, in
then
all honesty, like even the 2070 might be overkill for what you're doing, but the 2070 will be perfect for like if you want to do video editing or photoshopping, like things like that that are kind of graphic intensive. Like you'll need a good graphics card for it.
true, true.
Even
But
though I
yeah,
think most of it runs off a processor, but having a good graphics card helps so that the processor is not overloaded.
yeah, and that's exactly the reason why I want at least the Core i7. If I could get the Core i9,
Oh
whew,
my.
I don't know why.
That's a live to
SLI the
test the
Tesla Roadster.
roadster. In all honesty,
Jeez.
you right, you right.
Okay, guys, going to binge Game of Thrones. Hey, later, Rid.
I
Thank you
read.
for joining.
Yep.
Always appreciated.
Thank you,
Um,
dude.
but yeah, going back to that whole thing, it's like if I could get the Core i9, I know it's overkill for the processor for what I need it, but if I could get the fastest processor to just be able to do tasks a lot faster and to get things done in a timely manner than to just wait around, then hell yeah, I'm okay with spending the extra, what is it, like 100, $200?
Yeah, something like that.
Because I was looking at the build that I want, and it's getting ridiculously expensive, but at the same time, it's like it's worth it.
You have to think long term. Like the
Mm-hmm.
investment right now seems expensive, but if you think about it in the long term, it's worth it.
Yeah. And what is it? The oh, where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's only 400. I mean, I say it's only, but it's 489 or $490 for the i9.
Yeah, but then you also gotta
That's
add motherboard, RAM,
no, I
and
know.
cooling if you want to get an upgraded cooling,
No, yeah, but
which
that's the
gets
thing is
expensive
like,
fast.
no, I know, but like that's the whole point that I'm trying to make is that if I'm buying this piece by piece, that's not unobtainable.
No, not at all. Everything becomes attainable when you break it down. If you add it all up, it seems unattainable. But if you break
Yeah.
it down part by part and then buy it part by part, it helps ease your mind saying like, okay, I just need a budget towards this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, even the Core i7, the 8 core i7, the 97K
Mhm.
is only $80 cheaper. So going $80 more, I think is definitely worth it.
Mhm.
Because like right now, the laptop that I'm using right now to go on Discord with to edit all the videos and to do a lot of the things, it's not horrible, and it's only a Core i7. It's an 8th gen Core i7 8500U, I believe, processor
Yeah.
with an integrated graphics card. So if I can get a Core i9 with a 1660, I feel like I'm gonna be able to do a lot of things really fast,
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
a lot faster than I can right now.
yeah. Oh, most definitely. Like that kind of build already is gonna be a monstrous build.
Yeah. So definitely looking forward to that, and hopefully that'll up my streaming game because I really want to get into it, and I really want to be able to start streaming on a regular basis, like have a regular schedule where I stream by myself or I stream with Sam or I'm streaming like with the friends and everybody.
With me, because I play Fortnite
Yeah.
again.
Hey. And you know, Uno, if you ever get it.
For Forza Horizon first.
Ah, I see how it is. I see how it is.
Oh goodness.
At least let's stream some golf with your friends, you know?
Oh
That
yeah,
shit was fun.
it
But
always
yeah, no,
is.
definitely
Especially with those like
definitely a lot of
side
fun.
maps that they make. People have been making some great maps, like the one that we played the other day, which was the Harry Potter map. That was pretty fun.
No, I definitely agree with you, Justin. Forza is definitely better than Uno. I'm just saying it's a very obtainable game that everybody can afford, that everybody has access to, that we can stream together. But
Listen, when
no,
you stack on DLCs, bro, like...
at the most it's like $20. Come on.
Listen, if they come up with a Japan DLC, bro, you
They
bet your
do. They
ass.
have it.
I mean, I don't think they will, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, now you're making excuses.
oh. No, they don't have the Japan DLC. I know they
I
don't.
know. I'm just saying. See, I even threw it out there, and you're just like, well, maybe I wouldn't do it still.
No, I would do it if it was a
Uh
Japan
huh.
DLC. Are you kidding me?
Sure. Uh huh.
Are you
Uh huh.
kidding me? I want to drive.
Sure.
I want to drive a Honda Civic on the Wangan Run. All right, listen. I
Wait, what are
want.
you talking about? Forza?
Yeah, if they added the Japan DLC, I
Uh,
mean that's speculation. There's no such. I don't think they're gonna do it. But who doesn't want to drive a Honda on the Wangan, dude? Come on, that's like legendary, iconic stuff right there.
yeah,
True car enthusiast shit right there. Who doesn't
that's
want to
funny.
be
Those
for
memories.
banging on the Wangan C1? You know what I'm saying? Rap, 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 rap.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No, but yeah, no, definitely go ahead. That sounds like a lot of fun. Forza is definitely one of those games that I've always wanted to play, anyways. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow my headset's here once and for all, and
Woo.
I can stream some Resident Evil 2. But yeah, if you guys want to tune in tomorrow, I'll probably be streaming it. I want to say maybe the afternoon, but I'm not sure what time. It all depends if my headset comes in tomorrow, I'll be streaming it. If not, then I'll be streaming it on Saturday. But yeah, for sure I will be streaming it sometime this week.
Hey, let's go.
I'd rather go on the Autobahn. Yeah, well, I mean,
I'd take any car on the Autobahn.
the
I
Autobahn
wouldn't
is
just
just
limit myself to the Honda Civic. Like
seriously.
Honda
No, but
Civic and Wangan because it's iconic, but Autobahn and probably the Audi R8 would be my choice personally. The first thing I'm gonna do if Cecil sends me to Germany, yo, that'd be lit. Oh, RJ, you there?
Sorry,
No,
I
you're good.
was trying to.
Like, wait.
What's it called? Yeah. There we go. First thing I'm gonna do if Tessa sends me to Germany. Ooh.
That'd be
No, but
lit.
definitely. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I just had something that I really wanted to talk about. Um. Oh, I know. I don't know if Thrills is in like lurking around or anything, but I just wanted to say congrats for or like definitely excited for him going into that tournament
Oh,
with
the
Nevada
DreamHack and stuff.
Esports.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's gonna be
he's competing in the
sick.
Mountain West Conference Spring Classic.
Oh yeah. So
When is it? This Saturday,
this
so 2
Saturday,
days from now,
Sunday. Yeah. He's
and
got a
then
couple big.
DreamHack on Sunday.
Yeah, he's got
Ooh.
the tournament on Saturday and then the DreamHack on Sunday.
So
So he's gonna
yeah,
be
Thrills,
doing
if you're watching or not, thank you like for always supporting, and good luck.
best of
We're
luck,
wishing you the
dude.
best.
We're all
And
rooting for you out there. We know you can do it. I know you
oh
can do
yeah.
it for sure. Cause I trained his ass. No. No, but
Oh god.
it's great to see what where he's going with his Rocket League career. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. Um, but what's another thing that I've been really excited to do? Um, what is going on here?
What?
Oh, because like I'm lurking on Thrills' Twitter, and he was like the only meal I'll be making if I want that summer body. And it's this person like pretending to prepare food, but there's literally nothing.
That's me right now too.
And I'm just like, what is going on? I didn't even know what was going
Nah, there's
on.
this meme in our Discord and it's like everybody be on this ketosis diet. I'm on this osmosis diet. Only water, fam. Only water. We out here
uh,
trying to get that summer
seriously.
bod.
Oh man, I don't think if I start working really hard right now, I'll probably get a summer 2025 summer body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, legit. Um, man, how long has this podcast been going now?
As of right now,
When
we're
are
at
we hitting
hour
the gym?
24.
Well, I don't. Whoa!
That's
What's going on?
it's a command in the stream. You do
Oh,
exclamation point uptime, it tells you how long we've been streaming for.
oh, that's crazy. That's cool. But talking about summer bud, when are we hitting the gym? I mean, I'd be down. I don't have a membership, so
I'm just gonna start
yeah.
working out at home. I got some
I'm gonna start
dumbbells
running at the
and
marina.
running at the marina. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that a lot. So we're gonna be running at the marina, and then I'm doing personal workouts at home. Sure, RJ's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
doing the same too.
Oh yeah.
I'm working for that
Yeah.
cosplay bod. You know what I'm saying? Gotta
Same
get
here.
ready for 500 followers. I don't know when that's
Eh,
gonna hit, but when it hits, you bet your ass I'm gonna be streaming it. So,
I already figured out what I'm gonna be cosplaying as the next time we go to a Comic Con or an anime convention or something. So I'm not gonna reveal too much right now over the podcast, but I'll definitely let you guys know
we'll
in
keep you
like
guys
in the
posted
group
on the
chat and
social
stuff.
medias.
Maybe.
If you guys just see us randomly wearing like costumes, you know it happened.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, definitely once I get into shape, I know what I'm going to be cosplaying, and I'm really excited to do it because it's a character that's been very close to me from its like from the character's origin, like when it came out. It's definitely been a character that's been like true to like everything that I love about the series that it's in within. There's just so much that I don't like I'm trying to say without like giving it away
Yeah. I'm waiting
that
for you to be
it's
like
hard.
cosplaying like One Punch.
I'm gonna be bald, you know.
I got that
Yeah.
Yasuo Genji Susanoo cosplay. Yeah, all the swordsmen.
Hey.
Yo, you can do like Super Galaxy Yasuo because you got the silver hair now. That'd be
Hey, that's
lit.
right.
That'd be so sick actually. Or you could do Project Yasuo. That'd be another one because he has the white hair on that one too.
Yeah.
Susanoo, I don't know if he has any silver hair costumes.
You
Genji.
know,
Well, Genji just wears a suit, so you can really cosplay that with any kind of hair. But that would be cool if you did the Project Yasuo. That'd be dope.
platinum
Platinum
skin.
skin. True, true. You're right.
uh,
Susanna's platinum skin.
but
Man, I
yeah,
haven't
you
played
guys.
Smite. I want to play Smite now. Fuck.
Oh. But yeah, definitely, you guys. Thank you for the support as always.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely much appreciated, and thank you for all the love that you guys show us. We'll be streaming again, probably together the next time. Um, Same time next Thursday, around the same time next Thursday.
And
But
be prepared for a new look. I'm gonna be working on. I know I said this the last podcast, and I kind of slacked on it a little bit. I've been working a lot on my personal stream, so I kind of feel bad because it's like greedy. But I will try and have the new podcast overlays and everything for next podcast. So do expect this to kind of change the whole appearance at least. We're gonna have
oh,
like a whole slot for the webcam. We're gonna have everything. It's gonna be the whole 9 yards. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that. I'm gonna be working on that probably for a little bit.
by the way, don't feel too greedy about it. Like I'm proud of where you're going with your stream. I love it. Everything that you've done with your stream, the overlays and everything,
Hmm. Thank you.
masterful. So
Thank you.
definitely awesome. So don't worry about that. You've been focusing, you've been grinding it. But yeah, no, definitely be on the lookout for some new changes for the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, I
Um,
said, I wanted to have like an overlay so the chat could be in it. That way it's not just this and then us talking to chat. It's also people being able to, when this gets uploaded, people able to see what chat's saying at the same time that we're talking. So it'll be a
uh-huh.
good like reference point type stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
definitely. It'll be a lot better contextually as well, because sometimes it feels like we're just talking to thin air
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I upload this onto YouTube.
Hmm.
But definitely we love all the interactions from the chat here on Twitch. It's definitely good to see a lot of familiar faces over and over again, and getting to talk to you guys about gaming and everything that's interested us,
Oh yeah.
and to see where the community's going, and it's just very heartwarming and very motivating to see it. So thank you guys
Oh
from the
yeah.
bottom of our hearts.
For sure. As always, guys, we love you guys. Every single one of you guys that tune into the podcast, whether you're here on Twitch or whether you're here on YouTube. All the links are in the description of what we talked about on the podcast. Whether you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. I know we showed a few of them live on the podcast. If you guys are interested and you guys are watching this on Twitch, all the information of the podcast is down below in the description below on my channel. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, we will also have links to all our social medias down below in the link in the description below. If you guys are interested in following any of those. But yeah, I guess without further ado,
My name's RJ,
my name is Tensei, and we
and we're
are the Group Project Gamers.
bye.
Bye.
Wait, later.
Oh my
Bye.
god, he fucked it up again.
Bye. Why? Why do I always do that? I don't
Well,
know.
the outro is kind of weird too, I'm not gonna lie.
That is true, though.
It's kind of hard
The-
doing it not in person versus doing it in person. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
because the latency difference is so like it's small, but it's there.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
no, you could definitely tell. It's very daunting, and especially when, like, I feel like sometimes when I want to say something, I don't know if you're like done getting your point across, and I feel like I always like step on your toes or I'm interrupting. So I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, I feel the same way. Like I'm like, oh wait, he's talking, and then like we both stop talking, and then I'm like, oh go ahead, and then you're like, oh no no no, what were you gonna say? And I was just like, oh wait, hold up, like I hate that so much. It's so hard to tell on like that. I mean, it's such a minuscule latency difference, but it makes all the difference in conversation. It's so weird. It's like as if we were
Uh,
talking, but someone had an echo in their ear. You know what I mean? That's basically
yeah,
what it's like.
that is true. All right, well, I guess this is it.
Yep.
Bye, you guys.
Bye guys.
This is a Chucky Beat production. This is a Chucky Beat production.